Welcome to the ETICS online tutorials. This is Module 6, the ETICS Packager. The ETICS build system comes with an advanced automated packaging system that can generate packages of different formats for a variety of platforms from the same set of information. Once information such as the package name and description, its dependencies, or the build and installation commands are registered in the ETICS database, the system can generate tables, RPMS or dev files with very little or no effort for the developers. Support for Windows MSI files is also being introduced. Both source and binary packages can be created during a build. In addition, the packager can be customized with a comprehensive set of properties to cover most developers' needs. And of course, for the advanced users who want to directly manage all details of their packages, the packager can use user-defined packaging files such as spec files or control and rules files, or be completely disabled. The ETICS Packager is activated during a build based on the value of the packaging target. If the packaging target is empty, then ETICS starts its automated packager. In case the packaging target is set to a user-defined command, that command is executed instead of the automated packager. The advantage of using the automated packager is that it allows you to generate automatically the most appropriate package formats for each platform from the same set of information, without custom packaging code. At the moment, the packager only supports the generation of one package per type per component. That is, each component can, at most, generate, for example, one tarball and one RPM. Therefore, if you need to generate multiple packages from the same code base, you need to use a user-defined packaging file or provide your own packaging command. This limitation is removed by the multi-packaging packager currently under development. The install target of a configuration build command is mandatory in order to use the packager. The install command is used to create the tarballs and a list of files and directories for the RPM spec files. The build commands must allow the packager to define the installation path. The installation path must be set using the prefix variable. For example, a valid set of commands is shown here. ETICS replaces the $prefix with the appropriate correct value during the build. The ETICS publisher is normally used to publish reports and other artifacts that have to be stored in the central ETICS repository after a build or test. It also has an important role in the handling of packages. All generated packages are automatically collected during the build and placed in the dist directory of the workspace. The actual path within the dist directory is defined by the download from attribute of the configuration, since it is used both for the downloading and uploading the packages. It can be a fixed value, or better, a parameterized value using the ETICS built-in properties. If this attribute is empty, the packages are not published. Properties are a very important mechanism to customize the ETICS behavior in general and the packager in particular. The packager uses values from the attributes of the configuration being built and from other built-in properties. The configuration module name is used as a default package name, or a different package name attribute can be set. The list of files to be packaged in binary packages is defined based on the install target. Therefore, if the install target has no associated command, the package cannot start. Dependencies, names and versions are taken from the same data used to generate the build trees and are used to define the build and runtime requirement directives of various packaging formats. The ETICS Packager can be further customized by means of an extensive set of properties which can set specific values for almost every part of an RPM spec file or the Debian control and rules files. The packager properties can be distinguished from other built-in ETICS properties by the fact that they are qualified with the package prefix, as in package.prefix. All available packaging properties and their values and usage are described in the ETICS Online User Guide at http://support.eticsproject.eu. We will now look at some of the most important properties and how to set them in ETICS. The prefix property is used to define the package default installation path or the default relocation path for relocatable packages. If not specified, it takes default values specific to the Linux and Windows systems. The build arc property is used to set the build architecture. Usually it is not necessary to set this property, which is automatically calculated from the local operating system. It is, however, necessary to set its value to noarch for packages that state to be architecture independent. Various packager properties are provided to override or set several directives of the RPM spec file or the Debian control and rules file. Usually the requires and depends values are automatically defined based on the dependencies defined in the ETICS database for configuration, but their value can be overridden using the properties. Similar properties exist to define pre- and post-installation and removal scripts. The RPM build program has a feature that allows a package to detect its requirements from the package list of files and libraries. This powerful feature can sometimes make it difficult to track the exact dependencies of a package, and many users disable it. ETICS by default disables this feature, but it can be activated by using the auto-rec-prov property. It is also possible to tag certain files as configuration files or set specific file and directory permissions. These properties do not necessarily work for both RPMS and DEBs in the same way. Refer to the user manual for more information. ETICS generates packages using a standard convention which cannot be overridden. The same convention is also used when downloading packages during a build. However, in the latter case, the packages may not have been generated with ETICS but come from external sources and may not follow the ETICS conventions. In this case, it is necessary to explicitly specify their name using the package name properties. ETICS normally generates the packages in the TGZ, RPMS and DEB directories of each module before exporting them to the common distribution directory in the workspace. These locations can be overridden using the above properties. These properties can also be used to tell ETICS where to find the packages in case they are generated using user-defined packaging instructions. As mentioned, it is also possible to partially or completely disable the ETICS Packager. The Packager can be completely disabled simply by setting a non-empty value for the packaging target of a configuration build command. An intermediate case consists of providing user-defined spec and control rules files that the ETICS Packager uses, instead of generating them automatically from the configuration and build information. This way, it is possible to take advantage of some of the features of the ETICS Packager, like the creation of tarballs, the automatic detection of the best packaging format, automatic publishing for example, while using advanced packaging features not accessible from the ETICS Packager. By default, ETICS only generates binary packages. To generate also source packages, the option Create Source must be passed to the ETICS Python client, or the Create Source Package checkbox must be ticked in the Packaging and Repository section of the web portal remote build form. The packaging properties are typically set as properties in each configuration object. They can also be passed to ETICS using custom properties using the -p option of the ETICS Python client or the custom property field of the web portal. Properties stored in the configuration are used in all builds. Properties passed as custom properties are only used for a single build execution and they override the stored properties. Let's see how to define the packaging properties using the web portal. Log into the web portal at https://etics.cern.ch and expand the ETICS test project from the list and select the test component. Select the head configuration from the list and put in the workspace area. Now expand the default platform and select the properties entry. To add a new property, click on the Edit button and then on the New Property button. We can add the package.prefix and package.noauth properties in this way. Then save and close the form. To set temporary properties for a single build, select the configuration in the workspace and click on the Remote Build button. Then expand the Build Execution section and add the properties in the Custom Build Options field as if you are adding them to the Python command line client, like this. The values you set here will override the corresponding properties in the configuration, but only for this build. You can also set the option to generate source packages by expanding the Packaging and Repository section and checking the Create Source Package checkbox. The final equivalent of the command line commands are shown at the bottom of the form. This concludes Module 6. In the next module we will explore some of the basic features of ETICS as a test system.